Points to note about the skin types when choosing your carrier oils. Number one, you need to know the skin type and skin condition you're formulating for. Now, I know that the skin type, people know oily, dry, combination, normal skin, then sensitive. Sensitive is not a skin type. Sensitive is a skin condition. You need to know the skin type or skin condition you're formulating for, right? So remember I said in the first video, I said that when you're formulating for people who have oily skin, you might want to use oils that really penetrate, that are really dry and penetrate really fast. But if you're formulating for people who have dry skin, you might want to use oils that can want to sit on the skin and give some sort of occlusive effect. Recently, I had my mother and child workshop, and then I was telling them in the class that research has shown that there are some oils that can actually disrupt the baby's skin's barrier. Some oils can actually disrupt the baby's skin's barrier. So not all oils are created equal. The oil you might use for an adult might not even be right for a child. The oil blend you make for an adult might not even be right for a baby. So you need to carefully take the time to craft the oil for the skin type and skin condition you're formulating for. And this will not be possible if you do not take time to study the substrate, study the skin type, know the skin condition you're formulating for. If you do not know these things, you just choose oils randomly and you might end up doing more harm than good. Number two, the weather condition at the time you're making that oil blend. For example, when the weather during January, I think it's February, March, the weather here is usually very hot and humid. When I say here, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. The weather is usually very hot and humid. At that point in time, even for people who have really dry skin, if you make an oil with something, make an oil blend with something that is really, really heavy, it might feel tacky. So you need to take into consideration the weather at that point in time when you're formulating that oil blend. Check the weather. Is the weather hot? Is the weather dry? During Harmattan, okay, during the cold mornings and cold nights, even for somebody who has very oily skin, the person can afford to use oils that have this occlusive effect, because at that point in time, everyone is feeling cold. You need some sort of occlusion on your skin. So you need to take that into consideration. Then number three, the time of the day that oil blend will be applied on the skin. You should also take that into consideration. So take for instance, personally, sometimes when I'm going out in the morning, I just take my oil blend, which is made up majorly of rosehip oil. I apply like 1 or 2 drops and I'm fine. Right? Now at night, if I decide to use another oil blend, I have an oil blend that contains things like oils that are things like avocado. Even though my face is really oily, my oil blend at night can contain something like avocado oil, but in a very small amount, because I have taken into consideration the type of the day, and I'm able to craft my oil to suit that time. You know, so sometimes after you go out in the sun, you need some sort of soothing, something to suit your skin. I could use a blend of avocado and then oils like also rosehip, oils like hemp seed to give my skin some sort of soothing effect. Meanwhile, when I'm going out in the morning, I use something that is really drying, something that is oils that have this dry, that sink in really fast, so I don't even feel any form of tackiness on my skin. Remember, my skin is very oily and acne prone. So you need to take this into consideration. These are points you need to know when choosing carrier oils for different skin types and different skin conditions. Then also, in addition to your oil blends, things you can be adding to your oil blends are your oil-soluble extract. Remember, I said CO2 extract and essential oils. So when choosing essential oils, I'm very particular about essential oils because I find that it is used indiscriminately. Sometimes people might just add essential oils indiscriminately. Essential oils, 1 drop of essential oil sometimes can be equal to 30 cups of herbal tea. It is the essence of the plant. This is the essence of the plant. So it is really, really highly concentrated. So when choosing essential oils, number 1, check the skin type and condition. Very important. Number 2, make sure you stay within the safe usage rate of that essential oil. Now, essential oils have something that is called dermal limits. Limits you must not exceed. Essential oils contain allergens, because some of them contain allergens. So you need to be really careful when choosing essential oils. Now, for example, also, when talking about the time of the day, when you're using some citrus oils, they make your skin sensitive to the sun. They make your skin very sensitive to the sun. So imagine using lemon oil in your oil blend and then actually going out in the sun. You'll be doing your skin more harm than good. So you need to also take your time to research the essential oils you're going to be using for your oil blends, right? Now, not all citrus oils are photosensitive or make your skin sensitive to the sun. You have to know the different citrus oils, like citrus oils that are steam distilled, don't induce that photosensitivity. However, if you don't ask your supplier, how would you know if the citrus oil will make your skin sensitive to the sun? Right? So steam distilled citrus oils are not photosensitive. But to be on the safe side, if you are not sure, if your supplier is not telling you, though your supplier has to be telling you that information. But if your supplier is not giving you that information, then please, the citrus oils, make sure you use it in an oil blend that is going to be used in the night time. Right? So in addition to knowing the time of the day that product is going to be applied, ensure that you also take into consideration the part of the skin that product oil blend is going to be applied to. So take for instance, you're making an oil blend that's going to be applied under the eyes. You have to be, I would say, leave out essential oils. You don't want essential oils to get into the eyes, so leave out essential oils. And then if you're making oil blends for the face, the amount of essential oil you're going to use is different from the amount you're going to use if you're making it for the body. For the face, I would say keep it low. You can do 0.5% because you have the mucous membranes on the face. You have your nostrils, you have your eyes, you have your lips. If you're making lip products, you can even leave out essential oils or use very little. As little as 0.1%, 0.2% is fine. But if you're using it on your body, you can go do 1% and as high as 1.5%, depending on the essential oil you're using. If you're using lemongrass, then you cannot be going as high as 1.5%. So different essential oils can be sensitizing. You have to take your time to do your research and know this information, right? Know this information. Also, take into consideration the person's age when choosing your essential oil. For babies, I would say leave out essential oils, especially from age 0 to 6 months. Leave out essential oils because essential oils are concentrated. You don't want to irritate the baby's sensitive skin. Also, for the elderly, take into consideration the person's age. The person's age. For people who are sick, if you're making something for somebody who is sick, you might want to use very little amount of essential oils. For somebody who also has sensitive skin, you want to use very little amount. So you don't have to use so much. So when choosing essential oils, take all of these things into consideration. But in addition to essential oils, there are also different oil-soluble extracts. We have our vitamins. The oil-soluble vitamins. For example, your vitamin A is an oil-soluble vitamin. So you can find it. We have specialist plant oils, like your rosehip oil is high in vitamin A. Rosehip oil is really expensive. It's an expensive oil. It can be used directly like that on the skin. However, if you're crafting an oil, you also have to take into consideration the price your customers are willing to pay. So rosehip oil, as little as 10% is enough to do what you want it to do in your formula. It's it's rich in beta carotene, has trans-retinoic acid. You can use that as a specialist plant oil. It can also be your high performance ingredient when crafting your oil blend. Right? Also, as I said, we have oil soluble vitamins. We have vitamin E. You should be adding antioxidants when making your oil blends because even though they don't contain water, so you don't need the preservative, you need antioxidants to help extend the shelf life of your oil blend, increase the shelf life. One antioxidant that is really good is your vitamin E. However, not all vitamin E's are equal. Your supplier will just tell you vitamin E oil. There's tocopherol. There's tocopherol acetate. The different forms of the tocopherol, you see the D-alpha tocopherol, you see mixed tocopherols. Ask your supplier. Your supplier should be able to tell you this information. Unfortunately, here in Nigeria, everybody will tell you vitamin E oil. If you don't ask them, oh yeah, now, which kind of vitamin E oil is it? They don't even know. They can't even explain to you. Right? Now, one thing you should note about vitamin E, when you want something to serve as an antioxidant in the in the product, in your oil blend, you should be using tocopherol, your D-alpha tocopherol, your mixed tocopherols. But if you want to make claims that you have vitamin E in your product for your skin, then the form of vitamin E you should be using is tocopherol acetate, not tocopherol. So let me say this again. Tocopherol acetate for vitamin E on your skin, antioxidant effect on your skin, and then tocopherol for antioxidant effects in your product. So, and then we have other forms of oil-soluble extracts. We have different oil-soluble extracts. There's oil-soluble vitamin C. We have vitamin C, that is tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate. We have ascorbyl palmitate. You should ask your supplier for every ingredient you're buying, what's the usage rate of that ingredient? If the person tells you, oh, this is oil soluble, or you can use this in your oil blends, ask them what's the usage rate. Ask your supplier at what temperature does this ingredient does it need to be heated up, or do you need to heat up the ingredient? If you cannot, if the supplier cannot answer that question, then you have to change your supplier. The supplier should be able to tell you temperature of addition. The supplier should be able to tell you the usage rate of that ingredient. The supplier should be able to tell you the solubility of the ingredient the person is selling to you, right? So these are the things that, apart from these things, we have different extracts, different oil soluble extracts that you can use in your oil blend. So you have to take your time, do your research, and choose carefully which would suit the skin type and condition you're formulating for.